What's up, interwebs? I'm Tim Green. This is my channel, and this is finally the 12-week year take 2. Wow, did that first take not go right. You can go and watch my video on that failure here. But this is going to be the first 4 weeks. I've decided we're going to do 4-week chunks. So kind of a trilogy. This is the first 4 weeks, how things go. You'll get the vlog, you'll get my new goals, and the start of the journey for this 12-week year. You'll get some other stuff. So if you go and enjoy this video, I'd love it if you smash that like button as a prayer to the holy algorithm. And subscribe to the other content on this channel. And with that being said, let's get to the vlog.
Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be
Alright, it is February 24th, starting the first year of the 12-week year, take 2, a week late because, well, I got sick last week and I'm still getting over it. What you just saw me do is you had me seeing me do some work on my calendar, as well as finalize my goals for this first year. If you remember my last video where I talked about exploring what I wanted to do in writing and fill out this sheet, I thought I was going to take time and eventually, between the start of this week, this first year, the retake of this year, I was going to have the goals locked in. I actually didn't do that. I decided to let it simmer in my head because it just seemed better there. Because when I didn't want to sit there writing it down, trying to figure out and just nitpick it. I wanted to kind of go with, okay, what do I feel in the moment after really think through this list and what I can achieve, I believe I can achieve in 12 weeks. You saw them on screen, but I'm gonna go over them really quickly. First one is to complete Let the Hunt Begins outline and the pre-writing, so I can start writing this in year 2. Weekly goals, I have to complete the future novel and novella list and start exploring 2 novels and 2 novellas by the end of the 12 weeks. And explore means start brainstorming a few ideas. Where could I go with this? What might be the story? And making sure I'm keeping in the confines a standalone novel and a novella. The novellas cannot be moved to a novel. And then the final weekly goal is to write something weekly. I did add something on here, a little extra of writing 12 scenes, because some week I may just start writing but be busy and not complete something. But I don't see that necessarily happening, but you never know. And it doesn't have to be from the same story. It just has to be it's just gotta be written. That's all it is. I do have some ideas for something to be writing consistently, but if I'll be pantsing it. I have thought of some stuff out for it, but like, really I'm just gonna be pantsing it. If I don't know that, I can move on to something else. But now that that is done, I gotta go back into my calendar and update my weekly goals so they're on my calendar at all times, so I constantly see them. So I know what I'm gonna be working towards completing. So when I go to do my weekly review on Friday, I can know if I achieved it, how well I did it, did it go off. That's what I'm gonna do now. All right, so I'm already behind schedule, which is not a surprise because, well, it happens, but so I'm tempted to take a break now, but since it started at a little after 8 today, but we're gonna power through and stick to the schedule because that's one thing I struggle with schedules. So we're gonna do that. At 10:30 I'll do my break. All right, so I finished my stuff I had to do and it's now 10:45. So I'm on my break, so I think this is probably a good time for me to go shower because I'm gonna be leaving to go to Haverhill Library to do some work there, just to get out of the house and be somewhere different. And so that's what I think I'm gonna do now before I start on my weekly approach not weekly, do the future novels novella stuff. I have booked for today to work on. So I do that now.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Alright, so I just finished writing. I got about 690 some words, maybe 52, I can't remember. I had to move because the person was the librarian was right behind me. I don't know if I'm supposed to be recording in here, but I finished writing. So I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it, and we'll see how it goes. Right now it's almost 1:30, so I have to go make that stop for a job interview. No, not job interview. Get to talk to someone about being a reference for a summer job. So I'm gonna probably pack up and then head for that, and then get lunch before going to work. But so far today's been a good day. So, all right, I just finished the outline for Let the Hunt Begin. It's good. I'm happy with it, but it does not reflect character arcs in any way, shape, or form. I realized that over the week, and I was torn about doing another outline to make sure it's incorporated in there, but I'm just like, I don't think that's going to work because it's so long, and there's lots of notes in there. And my next step is to start doing the pre-writing. I think that's the better place to ingrain it, where I can still update the outline because I'm going to be examining the scene in more detail, chapters in more detail, throwing ideas out for there. It'll be the better place to how to update it because I'll be focusing more on the scene level than overall big picture plot-wise. I think it's the best option because if I do a new outline, it's going to take weeks and I will not be ready to start writing in the year 2 like the goal is. So that's the plan. But it's February 28th, if I haven't said that already, and it is 12 o'clock, and I need to get ready to eat, and prepare to do my review for the week. Overall, I am happy with the scenes list, the chapter and breakdown and everything. It looks good. I look forward to next week to start the pre-writing. It is March 3rd at 9:08. I'm a little behind today, but I'm about to do my schedule for the week. And before I did it, I want to pop up the template so you can see on screen now, which it should be on there now, to point out this area here, which has been there, the goal for the week for a few of them. Let's find out. Okay, since the second version of it, but I just didn't really fill it out for these 2 weeks, the few weeks. Last week was the first one, which I also added in this weekly review for the goal, because part of the 12-week year is to review your progress. And it's not how you're supposed to do it for the 12-week year. Since I'm going through the 12-week year for writers right now, I'm going to do it this way. And then when I get to reviewing a week in the book, I'll use that method until I know it won't work for me. Then I'll do something else, but I will try their method until I know it won't. I need to change it. But for this will work for now. But that's what I wanted to bring up here so you can see here.
As you fade away, as you fade away,
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna let
Alright, so the schedule is done. So I want to put it up on the screen so we can go over a few things here. So we're going to focus more on my goals for the week, because the main goal is the Let the Hunt Begin, but you'll see on the schedule it's fate marked. It's just easier to put that fate mark there to know what I'm working on. Also, if I decide I wanted to work on the lore, it still fits. So what I need to do here is I want to lock in the character arcs. I have ideas for these character arcs already for them. Lucas needs to be a little more fleshed out, even though she's only in the novel for a portion of the series, of the book. I want to have an arc, and I gotta flesh it out more. But then I also want to, by the end of the week, to start the pre-writing. And outline revamp is only meant for if I get to a portion of the novella. It's therefore if I get to a portion of the outline and I make a change to things, I can then update the outline. Goal here is going to be the future novels. Last week I did went through my projects, and ones I thought could be maybe envisioned as a standalone versus a series, I wrote down on that list. So, but now I want to add to the list. So I'm going to use AI Claude to help generate ideas. When I did this before, out of like 15 or 20 or so options, only 2 really stood out because I wasn't giving it any really feedback on it or what I was looking for specifically. And then also just write a scene. We got there. Now that this is done, I can go. I'm going to focus on my weekly writing before a break, and then the future novels, because I want to leave by noon to have plenty of time to get to the gym.
I'm going through hell, I fake like I'm fine, but I know you can't tell. Like nothing I felt, my mind overwhelms. I think that I'm broken, but I hope you can't help. I know I'm not perfect, but some days I feel far more worthless. Baby, you make me feel nervous. If I still have you, I have purpose. It's all worth it.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong.
Alright, so I just finished the writing for the day. It's not bad. It's 674 words, which compared to last week, which is 685 words, so it's a little shorter. Words, I liked the first scene came out in the word length I fit. This one, I'm not so sure. It's similar, but I just don't think I could have been less wordy. I think maybe gotten to the point a little bit more. Like, I don't know. I definitely don't think I got the narration I want from down on here, but it's still coming along. I'm happy with it for now. I did stop before I thought I was going to, but it's a natural breaking point with Brooklyn falling asleep. But now this is done. It's already 10:51, so I went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but 30 minutes for the leaky running, so I'm into my break. I'm going to take a short break, maybe only 15, and then get started on the future novels.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time.
Alright, so I just finished working on generating new ideas. Instead of using AI to generate some book ideas, I realized I had set up a document of all my projects and summaries of the stories to use as a way of letting AI know the kind of stories I like to write or like I want to explore. So when I ask for ideas, it can be better honed to it. It's going to be just part of one giant AI prompt to help me with that. So I decided to work on that because I've only gotten so far into it, and I think in the long run that will be better. I'm going to have to switch my goal my goal won't be the goal for the week won't be achieved, but I did achieve. Let me rephrase that again. The task I presented myself with for the week will not be achieved, but I will have achieved working on the goal for the week. All right, so I gotta get ready to go to the gym.
The grind, I could change in my mind. Pick a lane, commit and climb. The only way to win at life. I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill.
Alright, so it is 1 o'clock on March 4th. I didn't really capture any B-roll today, but I did start working on fleshing out the character arcs, which for Cato and Aurelia, I already have a very solid character arc for them. It's Luca, Cato's daughter, that has something, but it's not that good. Like it's missing a lot. It's nowhere as locked in, dialed in as Cato's and Aurelia's. So I just spent some time today filling out a little AI prompt for Claude and put some information in there, threw that into a new chat. When I asked about Luca's character arc specifically, it agreed there's stuff missing there. So I threw in more information that I forgot to put in the prompt. It just generated an updated version on what was some good ideas on how to improve her. I have to get ready to go to work, so it's something I have to read later. But before I go to work, I gotta go to the store and look for some tea that I cannot find anywhere these days, because why is peace tea disappearing? I love that tea. Anyway, I gotta go to a store to see if I can find it and then head off to work. Okay, so I just finished reading what AI had to do, working on Luca's character arc. Asked it one more question on something different. Editing Tim here. I just have to jump in here because what I try to say here is way too all over the place. I was clearly tired. I talk about Luca's character arc, which I do get to, but then I avoid that and go on to chapter structure. So basically, I try to talk about how I want Let the Hunt Begin hit around 85,000 because I want to be a fast-paced novel. But I was fearing it was going to be about 100,000 or 100,000+ word novel, which I didn't want. So I was just trying to figure out how to condense it. What AI came up with didn't work. I did not like that. But when I proposed using Stephen King's Dark Tower series chapter structure, or Lies of Dr. Moore, which is you have a chapter title or the number of the chapter, then 1, 2, 3 for each scene in the chapter. It liked this. It seemed to think it could help with that. I talk about how I should do, I won't do it now, break that down now because I'll do it when doing pre-writing. So should have done it now. That's what I was trying to say here. The other thing I gave it, I'm about to read, is the new information I gave it on Luca's character arcs, because it did come up with some interesting ideas for how to expand her arc. I don't necessarily like what they originally gave, but it didn't have a lot of information that I forgot to include. So I included that now, and it came back with some stuff which I'm about to read. Can't put it on screen, can't even reference much of it because it's so spoiler ridden.
Go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway, and in the driveway.
I just read through what it had to say about Luca's arc, taking what it already generated and now taking that information and giving it a better arc. It's interesting. I'm back. I was tired. Clearly I was tired because I'm all over the place again. Not all over the place. I just can't talk about Luca's arc because it's so full of spoilers. What the consensus comes down to after reading what AI brought up with new information is it wasn't bad. It wasn't what I wanted, but we were on the path of finding it. It needed to be finessed. And I talk about how maybe we give her more screen time to help get this, whatever we would come up with, time to shine. That's what I'm basically saying here.
It's a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran.
It is March 11th. I just finished up working on future novels prompt, where I'm going through all my current projects and writing out plot scenarios, other little information in it that I can use to feed to AI to help generate story ideas that are more in tone with what I look for, versus when I just put a prompt in with no real detail. It gives maybe 1-2 ideas that are at least interesting every 15 suggestions. I want to get that as close as I can, so I decided to trying to come up with ideas by just running the same prompt, put the time in to flesh that out and use that as a prompt to the AI to help me with that. I will also at some point in this process going to go through and see if we can find some good, but I do want to get this prompt done in the next week or two, so I have plenty of time to take a few of these ideas and start exploring them, so when it comes time to pick my next project to work on, I will have a better idea. Last week I was supposed to start the pre-writing. I was not able to do that, but I did get to the point of ready for that. Until yesterday when I realized I still had a few more ideas I wanted to put into the AI prompt to help brainstorm ideas. That took a little longer than I wanted, so I am now behind. I have figured out I need to complete 2.36 chapters each day, roughly a little over 11 chapters each week for the next 10 weeks to get the pre-writing done so I can start the writing in year 2. Missing that day, I still have to generate less than 3 chapters per day to hit that 11. My goal is 12 chapters for the week, and if I keep that up for every week going forward, I will finish a week early or in the middle of the last week of the year. I'm jumping in right here while I have the AI generating some section title names for me. I kind of feel like I'm delaying working on the pre-writing right now. I don't know what it is or why I feel like I'm doing this, but doing this could be held off. But I just feel like I need this now. But being behind, I feel like I shouldn't be doing that. It's a weird feeling. All right, so I just kind of finished the prologue chapter with C notes. It took longer. I actually deviated a lot longer on trying to come up with the section titles than I should have, unfortunately, and that led to the prologue took a lot longer because there's 6 scenes. I actually ended up adding a 7th scene. Completed it. I just kind of copied and pasted what I had in the prologue into it, but I haven't got a chance to really brainstorm more ideas for each section, each scene, beyond what I already had. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Hitting 12 chapters each week might be harder than I thought, but maybe not, because this is the prologue. There's a lot more there, so I'm assuming I'm gonna take it as this is taking a lot longer because there are so many more scenes in the prologue than there are in typical chapters. But I'm also merging chapters. Merging chapters will make a change, so it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. So I might have to reevaluate how many actual chapters I have to do, but especially with the merging. All right, it is 9:22. I just finished the pre-writing for the prologue. It is great. I ended up adding a scene and merging a scene into a scene before it, because there's a leftover from the story when it was much epic. But I'm very happy with it. I did realize that during this process, specifically more before I went to work, I was relying on AI to give me suggestions to enhance the scene versus my own ideas, which it was relying too much on that. Thankfully, the last stuff I just did and finished up, I was relying on creating some more notes for myself before I ran it through AI, and that was great. But I think my policy going forward for the rest of the pre-writing is no AI. I will not be running anything through AI for suggestions until it's done. All my notes are done. Then I can run each scene chapter through AI to get suggestions on how to enhance the scene. So that's when, so no AI until I finish, except for one thing. The one way I will be using AI is as I start each section, have it recommend what chapters I should merge together. But with this done, I know I need to get a good amount of chapters done tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, so that'll be a task. It is March 13th at 11:48 a.m. and I've done nothing today. Today is supposed to be my weekly writing, and as much as I liked where I was going with Wayward, I just didn't feel it. Like I was Eddington here. I go off on a bunch of things for 3.5 minutes, which isn't really needed, to just say, I'm struggling with the writing because I'm pantsing and I don't like my prose matching up to what I would like them to be, and deciding to stop running Wayward and pivot like I did last year. I'm going to start transcribing Brandon Sanders's Mistborn so I can see prose, because one of the things I do with my reading is all audiobooks now. So I don't see the prose. Doing that will help me with work on my prose. All right, we're going old school again. We're back at the TV desk. So over here, so I'm not tempted by use AI, I printed out the merged chapters, and there are scenes and notes there. And I'm just going to use a notebook and do it freehand. I am not transcribing any of this that's on here. This is just so I know what I already have. I'm not expecting I'm going to get a lot of ideas for every scene. I might get one or two. That's okay. It's more about just getting what I want to achieve in the scene to help better, so I have a better idea. Everything I write down is options when I come to write the scene. Nothing else.
A sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
All right, so I just finished working on the third of 4 scenes in chapter 1. I have to get ready to go to work because it is 1 o'clock right now, and it's turning out good. I immediately back on saying I'm not transcribing anything. I did end up transcribing each scene as I was working on it. It helped refresh me on the scene, what's supposed to happen there. No bullets were transcribed, only new stuff after that, but it did help. I'm back. I go off on 3 minutes of me just talking about and rambling on stuff I can't really talk about. By the time I finish, and if I finish chapter 3, the new chapter 3, the merged chapter 3, I would have gone through 7 of the old chapters. So I'd already be at only needing 4 more to finish the 11 chapters per week. All right, so it's 7:50 p.m. and I just finished chapter 1 of the pre-writing. So it came out pretty good. It was quicker than I thought it was going to be. I don't know why this scene was very quick. Luca's first few scenes do seem like to be shorter than Cato's, but it worked out well. I thought about continuing on, but I'm beat from work. It was a long day, and so I think I'm just gonna watch something, probably another episode of MasterChef before getting ready to go to bed.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world?
It's not the girl. The 2 Shadkins vanished as Minono and Trowel ran down the hall towards the door to the basement. Steve stopped searching for the keys when he heard footsteps running them.
It is Tuesday, March 8th, and I finished section 1 of the pre-writing. It went really well. I actually decided to split chapter 8 into 2 chapters. Split it and merge it into 2 different chapters. So there's only 8 chapters in section 1 instead of 9, which brings it down 1 more from the 15 chapters it was originally. I'm happy with that, but I really enjoyed how section 1 speedrunning went. There's some stuff I gotta figure out, but it went well. And with Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out on Thursday, I want to play that all day.
I want to play that all morning until I have to go to work.
Because I'm not taking that off, because I have today off because I just had a tooth pulled. If I'm going to do that, I need to get enough done with Fate Mark, because that's the only thing I've scheduled for this week, especially in the mornings. Don't know how that happened. I have decided I'm going to change my rule on use of AI for the ideas. Once I transcribe it into the computer, the whole section, then I can run it through AI to get feedback on the sections. But it's only going to be once it's in there. At some point today, I do want to start transcribing that, but it'll probably be after my interview. Okay, so it is 4:12, and I just got back from the library because my printer ran out of ink, and the whole journey, what I printed out, this was supposed to be the merged chapters. The new chapters, not the individual chapters that were merged together. Oh well, what I printed off will work because I'm not printing off another document, wasting paper when this will do. But I figured out if I do 5 chapters non-merged into the new merged, which will be 3 chapters tomorrow, I will do at least 2 chapters on Friday. I will have hit 12 chapters total for the week, allowing me to play Assassin's Creed Shadow on Thursday morning. So my interview got pushed up. It's no longer at 5:30. It's not at 5. Getting ready. I'm going to head out in about 10 minutes. So I'm there with enough time to be early, because I like to be early for interviews.
Give me a sign, a sign. Yeah, there's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me.
You're here.
Alright, it is Friday, March 21st, and I woke up this morning with a pounding headache. Like, I don't know why. And it didn't get cleared up until 10:30, 11. I also woke up to realize I had not transcribed Mistborn this week at all. So yeah, I was supposed to get that done by Wednesday so I could take yesterday off. But I was so excited to get everything done. I thought I got everything done. It didn't even pop in my head. This is why you check your schedule. Make sure you got everything done you want. I have gotten it done. I think this is a great place to wrap up the video. 4 weeks in, 4 more weeks, we can do another vlog. And then 4 weeks wrapping up the first year, I think is a great thing to do. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. But now, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Adam canceled because he's sick.
I'll figure out something.
There you have it. The first 4 weeks is going great. Being able to continuously work on my future novel projects in that prompt, which I finished. Decided to pivot from the writing new prose for weekly to transcribing, which is just another way of getting some prose down there and helping me evolve my prose, be a better. And the fact that Fate Marked or Let the Hunt Begin is in the pre-writing and we're into section 2. We're into it. And the way it's going, I think I could finish the pre-writing before the 12 weeks is done.
Liar, liar, pants on fire, hey!
Who knows, that could change, but right now I'm feeling I might be able to. But it is going great. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. And if you did, I'd love it if you go and smash that like button as a prayer to the holy algorithm. And subscribe because other content is on this channel. My content will be on screen now. Pick what you like and we'll see whoever you select. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.